Hey there. In a world that's constantly screaming for our attention, have you ever just wished you could find a real, genuine sense of calm inside? Today, we're going to dive into the teachings of Girish Jha and explore a path to exactly that, to inner peace and what he calls the burning desire for awakening. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of the problem. So often, we get it completely backward. We're always chasing the next thing, a new job, a relationship, an achievement, thinking that's what will finally make us happy. But that constant search outside of ourselves, that's what's called the deluded mind. And, ironically, it's the very thing that's blocking us from the peace we're looking for. I mean, think about it for a second. Does this sound familiar? Your mind is just constantly flipping channels. One second it's worrying about work, the next it's replaying a conversation from yesterday, then it's planning dinner, then you're scrolling on your phone. It's just this relentless channel surfing, right? This auto-scan mode is a state I think most of us live in. Well, that state, that autopilot, that mental auto-scan we were just talking about, that is exactly what Girish Jha means by the deluded mind. It's a mind that's always just reacting to whatever's happening on the outside, always looking for the next hit of satisfaction, and it never, ever finds a place to just rest. This right here really breaks down the two different paths our mind can take. You see, on one side, you've got the deluded mind. It's reactive, scattered, always driven by the ego, always looking for happiness out there. But then look at the other side, the wise mind. It finds happiness within. It's guided by real discernment, not ego. It lives in awareness, clear and focused. The whole journey we're talking about today is about making that shift from that reactive way of living to one of conscious awareness. So what's the big roadblock? What's the main thing that keeps us stuck in that deluded, auto-scanning state? Well, it's the ego. And the thing about the ego is it's really sneaky. It often disguises itself as our intellect, that part of us that needs to be right, that thinks it has everything figured out. And this really shows you the challenge. The ego isn't some obvious monster roaring at you. No, it's way more subtle. It's that little voice that says, "Oh, I already know this." Or that flash of anger you feel when someone disagrees with you. It just quietly clouds our judgment and keeps us from that inner calm we so desperately want. So how do we even begin to see past the ego's tricks? Well, it starts by recognizing the specific ways it creates all that noise in our lives. Girish Jha actually points to 6 main categories of these disturbances, these obstacles that are always pulling us away from our center. These are called the 6 neighbors, and the absolute key insight here is to see them as things that happen to you, not things that are you. For example, your body might experience sickness, but you are not your sickness. Your mind has attachments, but you are not those attachments. It's the same for everything on this list: the busy outside world, your energy levels, your ego's likes and dislikes, and even your ignorance about your true nature. The very first step is just creating a little bit of distance and realizing these are just neighbors you have to manage, not who you are. Okay, so we've identified the problem, right? The auto-scanning mind, the sneaky ego, these 6 noisy neighbors creating all this chaos. So what's the solution? Is it to fight all of it? No. The solution is to cultivate one single, powerful intention that just cuts right through all that noise. And this brings us to this powerful concept, a burning desire for awakening. Now, desire can be a loaded word, I know, but this isn't just another craving for something outside of you. It's actually the opposite. It's what's left over when you take a normal desire and you subtract the delusion and the ego from it. It's a pure, focused intention for inner peace that becomes the true north for your entire life. That all sounds amazing, but how do we actually do it? How do we cultivate this desire in a practical way? Well, there's a really straightforward 4-stage framework for meditation that acts like a toolkit to quiet the mind and build that inner focus. The process starts really simply. First, you gather attention. Just by consciously focusing on your physical space, your place, position, and posture, you literally interrupt the mind's autoscan. It has to stop. Next, you purify, using specific breathing techniques to clear out all that mental clutter. The third stage is to absorb. Here you can use tools like mantras or visualizations to go deeper into that focus until you can step back and just become an observer. And finally, you just witness. In this stage, you might experience deeper states of awareness, but you do it without getting attached to them. You're just strengthening your role as the calm observer of your own mind. Of course, meditation is a fantastic practice, but the real test, the real magic happens when we have to apply these ideas right in the middle of our messy, chaotic, everyday lives. This is all about making the spiritual practical. And this right here, this is the game-changing question. You can ask yourself this in any moment of conflict or frustration. Seriously, you're in an argument, you're in a disagreement at work, you're feeling defensive. Just pause and ask yourself this. Do I want calm more than I want to be right? It instantly cuts through the ego's noise and helps you get back in touch with your deeper intention for peace. It's so powerful. Here's another amazing tool for your daily life. The next time you feel that anxiety or stress creeping in, this question is like an instant reset button. It forces you to ask, did I park my happiness in something external? In someone else's approval or in getting a certain outcome? Or is it parked safely inside of me? It's just a simple, brilliant way to bring your focus back home in a flash. So as we start to bring this all together, it really comes back to clarifying what truly drives you. It's about looking behind all the little, fleeting desires of daily life, the wanting this, the needing that, to find the one pure intention that can lead you toward real, lasting peace. I love this slide because it sums it all up in a perfect little formula. True spiritual seeking isn't about getting rid of desire itself, it's about purifying it. When you take any desire you have and you strip away the delusion that some external thing is going to save you, and you strip away the ego's need to be in control, what's left behind is that powerful, pure, burning desire for awakening. And so we end with this question for you to reflect on. As you go about your day-to-day with all its wants and needs and distractions, what is the one desire that's really steering the ship? Is it a desire for peace and awareness, or is it something else? Just thinking about that, well, that's the beginning of the whole journey. Thanks so much for joining me.